Morning, darling.
Morning, darling.
How are you this morning?
Oh, just look at me. I'm a pulsating boil. Oh no, Susan Boyle.
Unfortunately, Alex has been infested with the midgie.
Hey, the midgie.
She's had the midgie all night.
I have.
And she's completely midgied up.
I keep trying to avoid the camera.
It doesn't matter, you're in silhouette. Huh? I've got Photoshop, but it's only got certain limitations, shall we say.
See it for midgets. Are you taking the piss?
Just thought I'd make you feel at home with your midgeting. Yes, you're a bit midgeted up, aren't you?
I'm well midgeted up. Look at that face. Oh, that's like I could do door to doors. I think that's an elephant.
We took the road from Benesson over the Ross of Mull to Erskine, a settlement which is said to have a population of 6. This beautiful cove with its magnificent sandy beach was, up until the clearances, a series of small crofts. The Duke of Argyll funded the building of a quay for the transportation of goods and fishing. The quay fell into disrepair, but crofting continued, with 7 crofts being mentioned in the early 1920s, 3 of which are still being worked today. We are going to walk along the coastline to the old chapel at Score.
Oh, that's a cute one there. The wee fluffy one.
Oh, that's the one I'd take to bed. Oh, I like that shiny bit on the top there, look.
Oh, yeah. What's that then?
It's a root.
The stone with an arrow and the sty indicated a path. However, once on the other side, the track disappeared, and we were forced to make our way through the ferns.
Hi there, up there. Hi there, nice horns. Tell us which way it is to the bend. We're best to go around the coast. You see no one? Look in here. Anything?
The path had disappeared. Our only option was to get back down to the beach.
This is steep, isn't it?
Once on the foreshore, we scrambled over rocks. They were amazing, pointing vertically in straight lines. The soft sandy beach was slowly being revealed by the tide, and we had it all to ourselves. We discovered this marine engine, which we believe to be a 2-cylinder, 7.5 bore, 10-stroke Kelvin.
Have a look at the engine, Pet. What's it? What engine is it?
It's a Perkins.
It's not.
That's a Kelvin.
Built in Glasgow, these marine engines are known worldwide for their strength and durability, whatever the ambient conditions. Over a century after the company was founded, and despite many name changes, Kelvin marine engines are still going strong.
They're all just sticking straight up in the air, aren't they?
I know.
Really weird.
We left the engine and beach and headed for a rocky outcrop for what was to be our first lunch stop.
Can't you scare these people away with your face?
Excuse me.
The people that ruled and dominated the Isle of Mull in the past were the MacLeans, a very large and powerful clan. However, here on the southwest tip of Mull, the MacDuffies lived. Though smaller than the MacLeans, they sided with the mighty MacDonalds of Islay, who were enemies of the MacLeans. These two had a few violent encounters, but none as bad as here in the 16th century at Port Behithian, which became known as Battle of the Thumbs. The fight that will never be forgotten started with the murder of the friend of the MacLeans clan chief in Glenmore. The murderer knew there would be retaliation, so fled here following the old wisdom, "My enemy's enemies are my friends." But he was wrong. The MacDuffies cut his head off and sent it to the MacLeans. The MacLeans were not satisfied, and animosities between the MacDuffies and the MacLeans came to a head when the MacLeans confronted the MacDuffies in this very cove. The MacDuffies tried to escape, but the tide had gone out and their boats lay on the beach far from the waterline. In a desperate attempt to get the boats back in the water and make an escape, many lost an arm or a thumb. Legend has it, they had to take the cut-off thumbs out of the boat in buckets once they had fled to the island of Colossia. Victims of the battle were buried where they fell. What happened to the thumbs of the MacDuffies is unknown.
What is it? Can do if you want. Isn't it? There's another one over there, look.
That's a really cool.
What do you think? Have you seen any crabs yet? No. No.
To get to the church at school, we had to climb away from the bay up Cannock Moor, where we were treated to spectacular views along the coast and out to sea. On our way, we passed a monument of a well-preserved Donegair, a fortified building of Iron Age date. It had entrances with lintels on either side, which apparently led to an inner passageway about half a metre above the current ground level. The interior was filled with a considerable amount of debris, and the entrance looked precarious, so we didn't venture in. We travelled on over the summit and down toward the church.
sandwich down here though. Not in the church. No. We're not doing that. We don't do that. What have you found?
How about that
Let's
then?
look at it. Oh, that's
Isn't that cool?
that's quite amazing.
Oh, it's a wee Billy Connolly flash.
Here we are at the church. Looks like it's seen better days, definitely. Some quite new gravestones there, though. Reasonably looking new. It's, Commonwealth graves. It's amazing, isn't it? Are we going in?
Oh yeah.
I'm actually going to have a sandwich in there. What's happened?
The sandwich has gone off piece.
Let's have a look. The piece has gone off pieced.
Aye, the pieces have gone off.
You've not been very gentle with it, have you?
No, I'm going to get myself a wee wet wipe. Because I've been scrambling around on rocks and things. Will you stop? Get my face. Go on, bugger off.
This is known as doing a Tom outdoors, this is. Looks stunning though, it looks stunning. How many are in here? How many sheep?
Volkswagen Church is thought to have been built on an earlier Christian site and is known to be one of 7 medieval churches on the Isle of Mull. Little is known of its earlier history until it was reformed and united with other Mull parishes. In 1791, the present incumbent, Dougald Campbell, had 3,002 people living in his parish, and he noted that none were Jews, Negroes, Gypsies, foreigners, or persons born in England, Ireland, or the colonies. Mr. Campbell felt his flock was sober and industrious. He is buried in the east end of the graveyard with his daughter, but the tombstone and surrounding wall are in disrepair and it's difficult to read the inscription. In 1795, the fabric of Volkswagen Church was falling apart, and though it was still being used, and occasionally is today, a new church was built in Bonessa in 1804, with some of the stone from here. We left Volkswagen Church and headed back to the coast.
Don't fall over unless I've got the camera on you. Watch out for text. And don't walk off the edge. I would say so. Renee, you've only got a small memory card. Maybe you could wear shorts next time, eh? Aye. Maybe just a pair of knickers. Van life. Van life is awesome. Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
That's what you need. Oh, here she comes again. Look, there we are. There we are, focusing on it. That's it. Oh, there we go. All right. There we are.
I do say, I have got very good grippy shoes.
The tide was out, so we thought it would be easy to walk along the low tide mark. However, we still had to scramble over outcrops of rocks and small cliffs.
to start with. Then it gets trickier. And then it gets easy again. Then it gets tricky again.
Well, you've just shown all the viewers.
So how are you going to do this bit?
Okay, so this is a mountain climbing for beginners.
Yeah, in the shadow pan.
Ready?
Wait.
You're going right up there, see?
No, I'm going to. Oh, there we are. He goes. Oh, Hootsman. Away he goes. Where? Down the round.
I would, aye. I love your grunting. I do. I like it when you get my bins swinging. So hello, what can I say here? As you can see, we've now finished a little walk.
Just a bit.
Just about, we've just got to get back to the car. And how did you find it?
Challenging,
Challenging.
but very enjoyable.
Yeah, we saw lots of interesting things.
We haven't seen any puffins and no sea eagles.
No seagulls,
They're
no.
still scratching like a mad person.
I won't do any close-ups of the face, but yeah, there's
I don't
definitely.
like that. Water, squalls, and
Yeah.
seaweed, twists, roots. That's very nice. You
Yeah.
should see it.
We're gonna video it. I'll put a link
Wow,
to it.
that is stunning.
Yeah, that does look stunning.
I like that.
Yeah, what we're having when we get back? We got. Can we have a crumbler?
Crimble. Yes,
got time for a
indeed.
crimble.
Quick crimble.
And then off.
And then off.
Find a
for
park up.
And then dinner. And a wee glass of wine.
Well, thank you very much for coming. It's been a lovely walk.
That's
A fellow yesterday said to me, a head teacher at the local school, he said that most people come here and they don't see the best parts, like the beaches and the cliffs. And I must say, we have hardly seen anyone today, have we?
No, so two groups.
Two little groups.
One couple and one group of about 6 people.
That was just
With
one,
a
that was
dog.
one fat bloke, isn't it?
How did they get across here with that dog?
I don't know.
That's
But
very
it is,
doggy.
if you ever come here, you've got to just walk the beaches and the rocks because it's stunning. Absolutely. Especially on a day like today, maybe if it's a bit windy and rainy, it might not be so good.
No, windy and rainy, it would be slippy and hollow. But if it's doer, if it's a wee bit chilly,
Right,
it doesn't matter.
this is a place to come.
It's brilliant. And on a hot sunny day,
Oh.
oh,
Oh, can you
you
imagine?
would just be swimming in all those little berries.
Yeah.
Every one a winner.
After a light refreshment of tea and chocky biscuits, we left Erskine and headed north back to Benesson, then took the road along the side of Loch Striding, past Ben Moor to Loch Keal. The road as you come down from the mountain has fantastic views, but distracts you from the wandering sheep. The single-track road twists and turns around the loch, round rocky outcrops, with no protection from the sheer drop to the water. This is a stunning road, possibly the best we drove on Mull. We were on a grassy knoll just off the road next to the beach. A rescue helicopter landed, returning a family of walkers who got into trouble earlier in the day on Ben Moor. After a bit of tea and a couple of beers, we spent some time listening to the view.